Check this out.
Just record. Come
Rolling.
On. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bolt, right, Ross?
Yep. And I'll grab the camera. We took the main cap off. We took this main cap off. And we loosened the bolts for all 7 of the main caps. All the way down. We loosened them. And then we tightened them back to about 50 foot-pounds or so. The reason why I want to keep them snug is because the crank, that's what holds the crankshaft in, and the crankshaft is very heavy, so you know, we don't want the crankshaft assembly to fall out or anything, so we tightened all the bolts back. The reason why I broke them all loose is because they're so tight we had to use an air cat. They're about 400 foot-pounds normally, so, or more. So we loosened them up and we snugged them back up to about 50, 60 foot-pounds each, so that we can work with them with our hands, and when we get all done we'll retorque them according to the book. What we've done is we pulled this main cap, and then he's now going to pull this set of rod bearings, and once he gets that out he's going to clean it all up. You can't have any oil on the back side of these things, like this yeah, this surface here where the bearing sits. Here's the bearing. The surface there where the bearing sits, the back side has to be dry, and also has to be dry on the inside up there above the crank. So he has to flush all that out with some brake cleaner or something before he puts the new main bearing in. This is the main bearing here, and then that's the main bearing cap, the bottom cap. If it gets oil in here, there's a chance of it spinning, and if it spins, it'll destroy the crank. So we don't want that, mess the motor up. So we're going to be real careful about cleaning this really thoroughly up in here behind. This is the crank here that the bearing rides on the bearing, and then the upper side of the bearing cap is up there. So I have a YouTube video series on rebuilding my engine where I describe this a whole lot better than I am today here with this video. So if somebody's really curious about how to do this, they should watch that video, and then they should go to quickserve.com and enter in their engine serial number on Cummins website, quickserve.com, and then you can get all the official procedures for all this stuff under the service section with the correct torque specs and everything. Always use a torque gun to do the final torquing. You do it exactly the way they tell you to do on QuickServe. Don't take any shortcuts or you will regret it. So my YouTube series on rod main bearings and stuff, that, you know, the rebuild series that I made that shows rod mains and all that, is a little bit more detailed in this video, like I said. And we're gonna have at it. We're just gonna start tearing this apart, pulling bearings out, and cleaning it up, and getting the new ones in, and going from cylinder to cylinder, and rotating the engine as needed to get to the bolts and all that, until we get all done. So let's do some of that, and maybe we'll show some results. Cut. Going good so far?
Yeah, I tried to wiggle it this big now.
There it goes.
Yeah, just go slowly.
It's dropping out now.
Yeah.
There you go. You just pulling it a little at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out. It's a little tight, that's all. Yeah, that's what they do. Sometimes they're tight. Just be careful, don't scar the crank or anything.
Yeah. No, I just right here where the
touch it on the back side of the bearings.
Yeah, where the keyhole, I just like
Oh, okay.
apply it right here.
Yeah, because we're gonna.
Yeah.
That's eventually gonna get thrown away anyway.
Okay. Now, the other one, right? The big one. You want me to take the big one at the same time, right?
Yeah, because the back one you've got 7 main bearings and 6 rod bearings. So go ahead and take the 3 back ones, or the 2 main bearings and the one all together as a set, so you can clean them all at once.
Yes, sir.
That's what I would do anyway. so now you're putting a bearing in?
Yeah, I'm sliding it in, but
Make sure the key's lined up correctly and all that.
yeah.
Okay. You gotta push it up in there.
Yes, sir.
So you're doing the upper main bearing, number 7 main bearing. It's just past cylinder number 6. It's between the cylinder 6 and the back of the engine. Be careful now, don't ding it or
Yeah, no, I don't hit the
scratch
shaft.
anything. Just
No.
gently, it'll go.
Yeah.
Get that keyway lined up and make sure you're even front to back on both sides too when you get
sir.
done, because especially that driver's side of the engine, it can get misaligned front to back. It can be kind of cockeyed in there, even though it might be lined up radially. You get one of them screwed up like that, and you can cause it to you'll dust the liner. You'll scuff a liner the first time you crank it. You don't want that, because then it'll have blow by. I've seen guys do that. So what do you think so far, Mr. Bow?
Thank you, bro. I'm good.
It's good?
Yeah. I'm
Going a lot better now you did a couple? Getting better at it?
Yeah.
You know, this is what it takes to own a truck, you know, these days, because nobody will do it for you right.
Yeah.
Most shops won't even halfway do the job right.
No,
And if you want to save any kind of money or make any kind of profit you can keep, you can do a lot of this work yourself, you know,
Yeah.
these days.
And thank you for your generosity that you let me come over here and do all this thing and show me and help me out. You know, sometimes I was thinking like most of the work you do like 70%, I'm doing about like 30%. But no, now we're about like 50-50 even.
Yeah,
You show
I'm
me
gonna
the
make
first?
you do some of it, man.
Yeah, you do the first, I do the rest. And I like it. When you hang around here, I'll hang out around here with
Yeah.
me, so I'm happy.
Yeah, make sure it's aligned front to back, all that good stuff.
It's a light front and back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a light front and
and
back.
side to side. Yeah, okay.
We just check it by eye, right? It's not have to be like perfectly right. Like on the side, I have a little over edge. On the side, I have a little over edge over the bearing. So we are in the center, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same amount on both sides, yeah.
Yeah,
Even.
the other one's right on the key, so it's kind of right there. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
move it. But on
that
this
side there, you can move, yeah.
yeah,
The other
but-
side's keyed.
yeah, but this side, let's say like you have a little to my eyes on this side, look just like a hair over on the other, it's just about a hair. Is it okay? Because I don't want to scratch it, but
What are you talking about there?
yeah, you see this side, little open gap right there. The bearing is kind of smaller. On that side, a little
Well,
less on this side.
The important thing is, you see this wall right here where the cap sits? This wall right here where the cap sits? Make sure it's even from there to the edge of the wall and there to the edge of that wall. So
I think I'm fine
it's
right
not
now.
kicked over this way too far.
No, I'm right there.
Because
Yeah.
this side will slide this way, that's front to back a little bit.
I'm right there.
This side over here,
It's good right here, the
it's
key.
key, so it won't slide front
Yeah.
to back.
Yeah, I worry about this side. This side, as long as you go into the key, that's good
Yeah,
enough.
you're in a key, you're good.
Yeah, but this side, because you see the gap right here, you see
Yeah,
the
there's a
bearing,
little bit of-
the bearing is kind of smaller than the wall
Yes,
right
it's
here.
a little
so
narrower than the
so
cap.
it's kind of over here. The gap is just about can hair less on over here. The
Yeah,
gap,
just
but I
make
think
sure
I'm
you're
okay.
centered good and
And I know that there's a groove right here.
Yeah.
It's right over the hole of whatever it is right here. So I
yeah,
think I'm
that's
good.
the oil feed hole.
Yeah, it's right
on
here,
the crank.
right here, the hole.
Yeah.
So we are good on that. We don't light up. We light up with the hole right here. You know what I mean? There's a hole
Oh,
up
okay,
here
yeah.
where the groove go, the oil go. When it spin or whatever, that's the groove of the oil go too.
Yes, that's what drives the oil into the
Yeah,
groove.
I'm good. I'm right there.
Yeah, you look good.
Okay.
All right, let's put the lower one on.
Okay.